buy you some diamonds. Man, that was a clean block, man. That's a bad call. Looked like it anyway.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New Orleans Saints. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
You got 59 over there.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. I don't think Dalton liked the matchup there. He's going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Go on the ball. On the ball. 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And some strong running. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
That ain't your shot.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And the pitch goes to Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Here's a give to Miller. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a handoff to Miller. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Now Jones. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Hello.
Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Graham Gano on for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Over buy you some diamonds.
First down, it's Darnold. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Now it's Darnold. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
On first down, Darnold. And this one's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Detroit! Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold.
It's a bad route.
Pressure, and he'll go down.
Boss, you ran a
They'll
terrible
sack him on
route.
what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll run with Miller. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Go, on the ball! On the ball! Yeah, practice. Go, we're good!
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Carry now for Lamar Miller. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Hey, get ready for something coming left.
They'll toss it to Miller. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. The Jaguars on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Dalton sets up play action. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
On second down, Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
A first down throw, Darnold. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be a second down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Here's Darnold now on second down. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
They'll get this into the hands of Deion Kane. And now running right through it. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
To throw on second down is Darnold. And he'll find the open man on the right side. It's Kane. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 39 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half. There's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
Excuse me.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They begin with a run by Miller. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Kendall Beckwith on the stop.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a toss running left. This is Miller. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Darnold finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Darnold from the gun. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Darnold. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Darnold. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
We're good.
Now it's Miller, and the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
They'll run it again with Miller. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Jaguars on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Play fake. Here's Dalton. Open man. Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Come on now.
A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Come on now. Come on, man.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Come on, mate.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
This is Miller. And a short gain down to about the 33. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Boy.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Miller. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Back now here live in New Orleans. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Gano's kick is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot
I
of
sure would
pressure
hate
on
to be
your
in this
defense to
Joker
hold the lead,
division.
right? They're
Have to
happy
play
to
this
have
junk
it,
twice
happy
a
to be out
season.
there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Now the Saints, they
Boy, I
trot
feel
their
for y'all in
offense
that
out here,
AFC South.
And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see
This
what they
junk
do
feel
on
like
this
a
drive.
waste of time.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does.
It got his man complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for the Saints. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold on 1st down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Darnold. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Carlos Hyde, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Now McManus for the extra point. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 14-10. Now McManus on to kick this one off. The Jaguars getting set to go. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
We're good.
Now a 20th carry of the game for Lamar Miller. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
It's second down. Dalton looking. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gordon. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Trying to lay one up deep. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Saints. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Something symptomatic.
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
I can do what I want to do now.
Marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Dalton here from the gun. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a great return as he gets this all the way down.
I can play my defense now.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. I think it's intercepted.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Space to run past the 20. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. To throw is Darnold. Forced out to his left. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Mack on the toss. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A give to Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll pitch it out to Jones. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. The Jaguars on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they try to sweep to Jones. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.